Good morning, everybody. I am Brandon Gordon Gab of GabGames.com, and this is The Sims 4. The stream of The Sims 4 is rated TVMA, mature audience, because of topics, language, etc. Today's topic is I hit a mental wall when it comes to my exercise. Physically, I'm not exhausted. Physically, I can still keep up with it. I just haven't. Like, consistently. Not that I haven't still been exercising. Consistency. Two things right now. One is the weather. The weather just won't stay warm fucking long enough for me to go outside and exercise. Hopefully we have a better June. And two, emotionally. Mentally and emotionally, I'm just tired. Like, mentally, I'm tired. Emotionally, I'm tired. And to add on the stress of physically wearing myself out right now just isn't it. It's not it. There's no point in being mind, body, and soul. If I'm mentally exhausted or my spirits are high, there's no need to break down the body. At least they function. Work on the spirit. You know, all of that. There's no point in just physically just, doing myself dirty. It just ain't no point at this point to try to physically break that next level when the mental and mind ain't there. Mentally, I'm exhausted because when it comes to life, I got goals and aspirations. While I could get things done here and I could get things done there, to get the overall goal achieved, so many setbacks. So here's what we're building. I gotta change the name. I'm gonna change the name. We walking through here. We got our gate. Walking through our gate. We walking through the main building. On our right, we got our security check-in. If you need to talk to somebody in the office, we make it right here, and we go through this door on the right. Adjacent hallway on the other. Excuse me, y'all. On the other side of the hallway, we got the laundry room. We got the weight room. We got the cardio room. This is the main floor of the building. This is an apartment building. If we come here, we go to our right. We have the yard for the kids. We go to our left. We have the yard for the adults. We go this way. We go to our left. We have the yard for the pool. On this way, we have the yard to the garden. We come back through here. We'll go this way. We go up to our first door on the second floor, which is our first unit. First door on our right, bedroom, closet. Second door, bedroom. And like I said, all my rooms have closets. Door straight ahead, bathroom. Come across here, we got a little desk area, a little library area. Then we have our kitchen area over here. To our left, we have our dining area. And then we have our living room. Not bad, right? Oh yeah. That's our coding area. We go back down these stairs, come through these doors, which are locked for the tenants upstairs. No one has access to these doors but the tenants upstairs. We come back through here. We make our left. Here, we go up these stairs. We can take a break. Again, these doors are locked for the tenants from the building up there. We go up these stairs. We got a break in the hallway. This is a half bath. Then we have balcony access that looks over the yard. We continue up our stairs on our journey. And I was gonna say, where the hell is our door? We go through this door. On our right, we have our clothing and shoes, kitchen, dining room area. Door 1 is bedroom 1. Well, not bedroom 1, but bedroom 2. Again, they all come with closets. We go here. We got our bathroom, our living room, little desk. Then we got another bedroom. This bedroom, master bedroom, has a walk-in closet, a deeper closet. We exit our apartment through these doors. Bloop. Down the stairs. No time to stop at the balcony. We go left. Go through these doors. We go up. We go up. There's a break in the stairs. Here we go. We can see our balcony over here that overlooks the front of the building and the garden. We have a half bath here for our grilling area on our balcony. We go up these stairs. We come to the door. Go through the door. We got our clothing area. First door on the left, master bathroom. Slightly deep closet. They got their own bathroom. They got that. We exit out. We go to this door. We have the girls' bedroom. Small closet compared, but they got to make it work. We go left. We got the boys' bedroom. Actually, I'm gonna add a bunk bed in here. Boom. Then we got the boys' bedroom. We go out here. We got a desk area. Of course, I got to decorate today and stuff if I get a chance. I only got 2 hours. Then over here, we got our living room, and again our kitchen. We don't have a formal dining area, but our kitchen has a bar, and we got enough space for a little table over here. And this is the building. I actually started off trying to build something completely fucking different. And turns out I'm a dumbass. So, this is what we got. It's a, what I was trying to build is a modern contemporary art type thing. You know, the thing with the 4, 5 squares that look like they're levitating or hanging from a center one. Then it got the staircases. Real weird. But anyway, I'm a jackass. Not a jackass, I'm a dumbass. So, yeah. All right. Today we'll be painting, we'll be decorating, and just adding in the little details. So, back to the TVMA part, the me part. Because I am a real person, motherfuckers. I am not a bot. I am not a robot. I live a real life. You know? So mentally and emotionally, I'm just a bit exhausted. Dreams, ambitions, I'm working hard. Some things I'm not seeing happen. You know, things like that. Should I do brick? Yeah. I'll do this one. And you know, just some things I'm not seeing happen. It's like hard work. It'll pay off eventually, right? But don't mean I'm not out here trying. I don't know why. That's just what it is. Look at that. What's the third? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So, just mental exhaustion, emotional exhaustion, going through changes. I'm going through second puberty. And, you know, your voice starts to change, all that shit. In second puberty. People might not believe it, but it's a mental maturation. Maturation. Maturation? Maturation? Mentally, physically. You know, your body change. You change again. I don't know. It's crazy. Like, it is though. The first thing that I had to deal with through this maturation, this cocoon state, because I'm kind of sheltered and you know, going through this metamorphosis. The first thing was my mental state, how it changed. I already felt I was a bit mature than most of my peers. You know, it's like, do I still laugh at the word boobies? Of course. Who don't laugh at boobies? It's supposed to sound funny. And duty. If you say duty, it's how you say duty. Call of Duty. Like, you still said duty. Ha ha ha. You know? But that's understanding that, like, that's mature immaturity. Duty is always going to sound funny to kids. Boobies is always going to sound funny to kids. You know, little boys at least. You know? So, maturity is known as just, it's classic, it's funny. You know? But there's a lot. Like, hearing adults talk about body count all over social media. That shit's nuts. Like, we grown, man. Are you healthy? Are you clean? That matters. Body count, it just 18. We're gonna use 18 as the standard. Right? I'm 37, I'll be 38 this year. That's 20 years from 18 to 38. You know, if I fuck one person a year on my birthday, I still fuck 20 people. And then there's, you know, relationships and all of this stuff. Like body count, 18 to 38, right? 37, 38. I should have at least fucked 20 people if I wasn't in a stable relationship. That's if I fuck one person a year. That's even if I only get laid once a year at the bare minimum. Let's say at the bare minimum, I'm only getting laid once a year. That's still 20 people. Does that make me a man whore? No. Make me a slut? No. So the conversation of body count is an immature one for me. Because I've never seen a conversation where they use one person a year as the base. Because the whole conversation of body count is she a slut? Is he a hoe? Etc. That's the conversation of body count. Right? Because they not asking the motherfucker, are they clean? They asking the motherfucker their body count. How many people you slept with? It's all a perspective thing. And that's why I don't like the conversation too much. What do I mean by a perspective thing? Again, over 20 years, one person a year, is that a lot? No. In the span of, or not even just time frame, local area. Right? Have you fucked 20 people in the same area? Have you fucked 20 of your friends? Like, then maybe that number is pretty large. So perspective of body count. You know? I'm not saying that it completely don't matter. Like, if you only got 10 friends and you fucked 4 of your friends, 5 of your friends, Nah, you might have a high body count. Can't trust you around your friends now. So, maturity. The whole maturity of it all. Like, sometimes I'm like, these motherfuckers are. You guys are the adults, huh? I just do this every day. That would be. So, maturity, right? It's so many, like, it's nuts. So, mentally, I'm worn the fuck out. Like, we got people damn near 40. Like I said, this just keeping with my age group. I'm still having those conversations. You know? It's like, that is not, we're not 20, 25 no more, you know? That's one aspect of mental maturity versus how, you know, where I feel I stand. I don't really compare myself to others too much to begin with. But let's see. My life wasn't easy per se. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't. I don't know motherfuckers that got it way worse. Like, fuck this life shit. Like, don't be a crash out. You know? Don't be a crash out. There's a lot of motherfuckers that crashed out. Like where I'm at now. I have a 16-year-old daughter. She'll be 16 this year. I gotta think about cars and getting a car when she graduated and boys and graduation and developing a young lady. I ain't never been a young lady. The fuck I know about developing a young lady outside of just trying to be a strong, positive male in her life. You know? I don't know what the fuck do I know about raising a fucking teenage girl, or you know, I don't know what it's like to be a teenage girl. I gotta go watch fucking Lifetime movies and shit. You could binge watch Lifetime for the rest of the year. So, I'm just giving perspective and background. It's not a sad story. Hopefully I don't run into quicksand. You feel me? For those that don't know quicksand, what is quicksand? Quicksand is a thought that takes you down a dark road. You know, it takes you down, it spirals you down, it pulls you down into a emotional coffin, or, you know, something like that. It might not be, you know, it might be anger, it might be sadness, it might be, you know, at least if you're gonna fall in quicksand, go into happiness, but don't make it delusion. You know? That's candles. Candles. Something that hangs stuff. It's looking more like for a kitchen. I want to do the same thing with deputy. I always do the same with deputy. I want to get it. We'll do this. So, I just want to let y'all know, TVMA, mature audience, to understand that what I'm telling you is hopefully coming from the best perspective I could give you. It's coming from the best place I could give you. It's not, I don't know. Some people are, you get to expressing yourself, and people are like, oh, it's such a sad sack. Like, whoa, hold the fuck up. That's the maturation, that's the maturity. Just because I'm talking about it and expressing myself, don't mean I'm not manning the fuck up. So, one of the mental hurdles or emotional hurdles right now that I deal with when it comes to that is being a father. It's nothing better to me. I love being a father. I love being a dad. I'm a family guy. At the end of the day, I'm a family guy. I'm just a family guy without the family. So that's boo-hoo. It makes me sad. It drains me out. Like, I look forward to seeing my daughter so much. Then I just change up the kitchen. I change that. Change the kitchen area. We're gonna do tile for the kitchen. So, that's one of my it sucks. Kind of one of my biggest it sucks. Dad. I love being a dad. Should I get rid of this one? But it's still taxing emotionally and mentally. Like, I feel what I do is never enough, and at this age and stage the kid is at, she do not help make that shit easy. She's trying to mature or develop who she wants to be. I'll put it like that. Develop who she wants to be. At least for now. Because we change over time. The fact that she got a vision for her life, I'm for it. I like that. And the fact she got a vision is good. Some people don't have vision. So that's good. But being a dad is actually the best perk of my life at the moment. Let's say about 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, this probably be the 3rd year. I'm working on the 3rd year. I moved back in with Madre. All in all, hasn't been bad. I got a little bit more money to contribute to the household, stuff like that. And that's really been my main focus the past few years. contributing to the household, being, the man I want to be. Oh no. Go through so much of this with the hard way. Being the man I want to be and working towards that is, again, we'll do brick instead. It's not necessarily easy. We go. No, actually, we go with paint. Siding. We could do wood siding. Like a cabin. So it's not necessarily easy. Dealing with stereotypes and all of this other shit like that. All you do is stay at home, play the game, and smoke weed. Hold up, trap. I work. I'm a manager. I got a title. I got a title. I'm manager. I don't just place, the stereotype. All you do is play war games and sports games, aggro meathead type shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, like, that ain't me neither. Probably change the kitchen though. But I don't know. It's, those stereotypes, and then I live with my mother. Like, he ain't got his shit together. Grew up, man. Mama's boy. Ain't nobody said it to my face, but the stereotype is there. I don't know, maybe. Like, how much of that is me and how much of that is, put too much pressure on yourself. But lately, my primary focus and my only focus has been, my homework. What do I mean by my homework? So, I backed out of dating. Past 3 years, 2 years technically, 3 years. This will be year 3. Come February will be year 3. I backed out of dating. The last woman I dated, it kind of just turned me off. And then, year in between that, going through, grieving and going through my life, like, they say you already met, by this age you already met the person you're in love with, which is true. And I'm like, the one person I can't live my life without, that's not family, it's this woman. And I did the dummy, and I proposed. It wasn't the dummy though. I believe it was the right thing to do. I still believe it is. And I proposed, and she like, nah, fuck you. Ain't talked to me since. Maybe talked once, saw each other once or twice. So, it's like, okay. That sucks. I suck. You know? I'll do it again. Why? Because, look, like I said, I sat and I thought about me, my happiness. Where, you know, when I fall in quicksand, how do I get out of quicksand? You know, sometimes go through the quicksand and get to a happy place. And when I get to my happy place, who's at my happy place? Her ass. Her smile, us and the kids. And, you know, we just trying to get through life together the best we can. Make the shit happen. So, because that's my happy place, like, that's why I proposed. I got down on one knee. And why I would do it again. Sorry, baby. Until I find a new happy place, or you're no longer there. My heart is with you. But, like I said, I thought about myself. Kinda knew she wasn't ready. You know, but that ain't changed me from doing it. That ain't changed me from doing it. That ain't stopped me from doing it. That ain't stopped me from doing it. Why? Because I know she loved me. I do. It's just up to her to admit it. Going through life. I feel you, baby. Life ain't easy. So I thought about me. I thought about my happiness and where my happiness truly lies within. You know. And she's always there. She's always there. No matter how I get there, she's always there. So, and I know she is not necessarily the easiest cup of tea to swallow. You know? Shit, like, sometimes she like 100 proof tequila or whiskey. She like 100 proof whiskey. Like, goddamn. But I know my happiness, everything is there. So anyway, I proposed, like, no. Then, devastating, to be 100% honest. And I know you're like, it's so casual. But 100% honest, fucking devastating. And then you add that on top of being a weekend dad. You know, when I'm a family guy. I'm a fucking family guy. Why am I just dad on weekend? It's not, you know. But to be honest, I can't compromise, like, wanted to be a family man. You know, just wanted to be a family man, so we should be together. You know, I can't do that. It's not fair to nobody, because then we just there for show. You know, nobody really grows and matures from that. You know, because it's not a real conducive environment. It's a fake environment. To put it like that, it's not a healthy environment. So I can't pretend and like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, be happy. I can't do that. Nobody wins like that. And I want us to win. I want my family to win. So I've just been single. I've been single the past 3 years. I think I got laid like twice within that time. I've been celibate the past year and a half. Part by choice, part by I'm afraid to get back out there. I'm hurt, shallow. I don't feel like I have worth or value. You know, and it's crazy coming from a black man. Why? Because America's like, how much is this black man worth? So to even want to have worth and value, it's a contradiction in itself mentally from what we're taught from when we're young. You know? So that's a whole different struggle, but it's a fucking struggle. What the fuck? So it's nuts. It's nuts. But yeah, let's get us a break in here. So, to be a family guy that couldn't keep his family together, then not, you know, I was pretty sure, you know, this chick was in love with me. They'd be like, oh, nigga, you don't know shit. It's like, I'm not, I'm not necessarily like confident out there, to say the least. Shit. That's why I say it's part, like, it's part me. But now I want to get back out there. Fuck that shit. Then it's part, I just don't have the confidence. Because it ain't much out there. There ain't much out there. A lot of bitches ain't shit. I don't care what you think you are. No. Just a lot ain't. I should have just did that this way, right? I'm doing this. Get the pattern right. Should put the pattern on the other side. Too late now. Oops. Yeah, put that where the plants are. But yeah, you know, Family Guy, no family. You know, like, just to be like, maturity, what I'm actually like, I don't know, life. Life is life, right? Just to be like, why is it not made for kids? Which one is this? Okay, there we go. Like, it matters where you place things in order to get the pattern properly. Bam. So that the plants are on the line, behind the line. So yeah, you know, that matters. That matters. It's crazy out there. So, dating. Yeah, emotionally exhausted, mentally exhausted. Because as you can see, I do be working my brain. You ain't even gotta ask if I'm working my brain. Look at this shit. Yeah, this ain't everyday shit. But this is what I do every day. From this to my job to the home. You know? And lately I've just been focusing on my homework. What is homework? I work hard. I go to work every day. And I bust my ass for a check. And it don't make sense to go out there and do that and sit there and say, yeah, I'm doing it for my family and this and that, and don't put in the work at home. Because you could say it, but just because you say it, it don't make it true. So I gotta make sure I do my homework. You know, I put in time with my family, with my mother, with my daughter. I'm trying to improve my relationships with my brothers. Like, they called me in, like, which one was more important? Sunday. This past Sunday. They called me in, like, you want to come in? Because they know I'd make that money. It's holiday weekend. Like, not today. I promised the family I'd be at the barbecue. Like, I could have went and chased the money. Right? But, in all honesty, the money's not more important at the moment. Because I'm working to make sure I got a roof over my head and to provide for the family. But time, you know, family needs time too. So, I had to make sure I was here to give them time. So that's what I mean by doing my homework. Because you could say, I'm out here hustling for the family, all of this, but nigga, if you ain't at home, then you just out here chasing the bag. You're not doing it for the family. You know, because the family needs you. Time? Damn, it's an hour already. Got work today. But, you know, in the words of Drake, I'm just trying to get rich and take care of my people. They ain't got no awards for that. Because there ain't no awards. Shit is sometimes it gets tough, I should say. Keep that there. This one technically. This thing, because it's not a lot of space. Nah, give me that back. So, it ain't easy. Being a family guy that ain't got the family. Being a lover with no lover. It just ain't easy. But it's mentally, emotionally, and right now, another mental aspect is exercise shit. Because I actually enjoy exercising. My goal is to get a six-pack. But it is physically exhausting. And there ain't no point in wearing myself out physically when I'm mentally and emotionally just tired. So I've been trying to figure it out. I've really been trying to figure it out. Second puberty, man. I don't got much friends because maturity. Matured a while ago. I'm still mature. I don't know. Different points of views is necessary for in order to exchange wisdom and broaden your horizons. You still got to feel like we got that. The ability to exchange. Right, to exchange point of views. I don't always feel like I'm talking to a kid or something. That's a maturity. And it's like I can't always not put myself. Fine, I'll do it. No, I can't always remove myself from situations. Or take myself out. That's not good for you mentally either. It's definitely not good for you mentally. No, I'm gonna put that over there. Shit. I don't give off the effect I'm looking for. Right, because it's 2 windows technically. Proposal. Most people probably think that's where, like, oh, his life changed there. She said no. Like, no, my life changed way back here. You know, people didn't want to see. It is cool. The last woman I dated. The thing that just left a sour taste in my mouth was I was hoping about 35 thing, right? Yeah, 35, 36. 35? Just made 35? Maybe. I don't know. But we used to work together. We were feeling each other then a bit. It's like maturity. At this age, when we reconnected, she's like, yeah, this is what I'm looking for, and this is where I'm at in life, and this, that. Like, I'm similar. You're looking for a change. I'm looking for a change. You know, let's make this change happen. The change we're looking for is the change in the home. We could try. We can make this happen because we're both at a stage where we want not just personal development, but emotional development, social development. You know, we want to grow. But it's easier said than done when you got to put forth the effort. You know, you can't say this is the household you want and what you're working for and striving for when you're not putting in the work in the household. I'm like, this is something you want. This is one of your goals. How are you not putting in the effort in the household? And that made me realize that a lot of people just like to hear themselves talk. A lot of people just want to hear themselves talk. It sounds good, but when it comes to actually putting in that work, everybody can't put in that work. Everybody's not made to put in that work, I guess. I mean, we all supposed to put in that work. But motherfucker, you know, wasn't willing to put in that work. For me, well, nothing more important than building up the household. You know, and when it comes to shit like that, making it work, the only way, what the fuck is that picture? The only way that worked is the one that looked like The Incredibles. Oh, here we go. Because this one got multiple. The only way that works is by putting in the work. You gotta put in the work. You know, you gotta put in the work. You can't half-ass it. And you can't put in the work outside the home. What the fuck you doing outside? You know? That's the way I felt about it. What the fuck are you doing outside? But, you know, some people can't help shit, I guess. You know, I don't want to just talk down on a motherfucker. That's not what this is about. It's not about talking down on a person. It's just my experience. And what it's like, there's a lot of people out here. Like, then the ones that's not out here, kind of like me, a bit guarded. You know, like, So, it's tough. It's tough. None more important than the household. For me, on your off days, in the fucking house. You know? Not, when I say in the house, not like we gotta sit in the house because I'm a house body or something. But in the fucking house. Me, you, kids. It's all that matters. Till it's time. Like, you could just have your day. You know, I can have my day. The kids can have their day. But it's me, you, and the kids. Anything we do, we all do together to build that bond, that strength, you know, to go through those growing pains. I'll do that on all of them when I get done. So next, to go through those growing pains. Well, I'll be like, it's my off day, running the street. Go to the casino, go gamble, shit like that. I can't date the gamble. The thing that got me was, bitch thought she was gonna be out all night. I'm like, whoa, baby. I don't play that shit. Like, I'm gonna need you home by 12, 1 o'clock latest. You know, these your kids that live here, that I'm taking care of. All this shit. I'm gonna need you back by 1. I'm not saying you can't go out. None of that shit. Just, I need your ass back in the house by 1, please, man. Latest. I voiced my displeasure, how she was moving. And she like, can't tell me shit. I can't tell you what. Can't tell me shit. That was the first time. First time she got off work. She worked at a casino to begin with. You know? And in the area there's a bunch of casinos. And first time she went out and gambled that night. I was pissed. You know, I'd be worried. You work nights. I expect you home at this time. Ain't nothing out there. You know, after you get off work, bring your ass home. And I forgot what to put there. He didn't bring her ass home. So I'm up all night, can't sleep, worried. I'm like, what the fuck? Fuck were you? Phone dead and shit. She like, I'm sorry. But I was gambling last night and we walked down. I'm like, you could have called, you could have told me something. I'm up. If she didn't pull out a check for $70,000 that she won, I'd have left that in there. But she won $70,000. Cool, kudos for you. It ain't my money. Congrats. You know, I ain't a hater. Congrats. But we can't have that shit happen again. What the fuck you talking about? She's like, you can't tell me shit. Can't tell you shit. I'm not gonna have this argument with you. I voiced my displeasure. It happened again. Again, I'm like, you know, this time she like, I was $500 down and I didn't want to come home. Like, I lost $500. So I stayed until I won my money back. You got a gambling addiction. You got a problem. I don't give a fuck how much you just won. You got a problem. So, again, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Should've brought your ass home. I told your ass, next time you do that shit, to at least give me a call. You didn't give me a call. Strike 2, bitch. So, about 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks. And I'm like, we ain't had much issues. I still got a few issues at this point, but we don't got much. I'm like, hey, baby. Yeah, you off tomorrow, you know, if you want, you know, you can leave here at 6, 7. I need you back by, 12. That's 6 hours to go gamble, go run the streets, hang with your friends, whatever the fuck. I'm giving you this trust, this space. And this bitch don't come home till 10 o'clock the next morning. So, by the time she ain't show up at 10, I gave her about 11, really. I'm like, this bitch still ain't called none of this shit by 11. By 12:30, all my shit was packed and gone. My shit was packed and gone out the house. She came in, had my work bag, 'cause that's all I had left. And I'm like, all right, baby. I left her key, I left a note, because she had a gun. I don't want them problems. I left a key, a note. Shit ain't working out. Gotta go. She called me. I thought you said we could talk it out, yeah. And I'm like, look, I tried to talk it out with you. Remember when you told me I can't tell you shit? And then I gave you the leeway. And then you still was like, fuck that shit. So, I'm out this piece. Fuck you thought that was. Fuck you thought this was, baby. I can't tell you shit. Okay. Actions speak louder than words, cool. I don't gotta tell you shit. And it was heartbreaking because over the span of that relationship, I got close with those kids. Because, like I said, she worked nights, so I work during the day. I got to be at work. I was supposed to be at work at night. So I wasn't getting to work till 10 because I got to take the son to school because this bitch don't understand the concept of time. Those kids they were worse for wear when I met them. 5 and 4. Prince turned 6 while I was there. So 6 and 4. And it was just like the nurture they needed. If you ask me, they weren't getting. But I'm a dad myself, So they got that nurture here, for sure. They were worse for wear though. But like I said, I'm taking him to school in the morning. And I get up, I make breakfast, all this extra shit. Like, I was doing shit. I was really handling my business, to be honest. I guess. I was handling my biz, to be honest. But, you know, the bond I built with the kids, getting up, like I said, getting Prince ready for school, feeding them, because again, she worked nights, so she could. Now that you've got me, I'm here to make your life a little bit easier. You know, she could sleep in, like, but the fact that she didn't have courtesy for my time either. Like, I switched my work days. I picked up an extra day so I could work less hours during the day, so I could get home to be there before she go to work, and that transition be smooth for them, so the kids don't have to leave their house after school, because that was the kids' worst problem. They were growing into tough, hardened kids because every night they got to go over here to Auntie Mama house because Mama worked night. They don't sleep in their own bed. They probably didn't have the discipline that they should have had. So they were in a worn state. They were, man, those kids, they really needed that. You know, so I got close to these kids. Breakfast in the morning, helping them get ready for school. At this point, like I said, he about to go to kindergarten. He about to graduate kindergarten, go to first grade. So getting him up to par just for class, period, was a struggle. Like, it shouldn't have been that struggle. It shouldn't have been that hard. But again, the discipline, motherfuckers not used to the discipline. They're not used to motherfucker being there, doing that shit. So it was a struggle. It was a bit of a struggle. Thankfully, they didn't put up much of a fight. You know, great kids. Love the kids. They didn't put up much of a fight. You know, like I said, tough kids. Cool kids, though. They're pretty cool kids. It's just not looking right. This over here. They didn't have that, so that struggle, that was a struggle. Getting them together, getting them on par. I still don't look right. Fuck it. It is what it is. Good with that. Said that it's a difference when a man's in the house, and I am a man. Fine, man. Breakfast in the morning, walking them to school, coming home, homework, dinner, bedtime. Like, that's all me. Like, she was there. It felt like she was just there because she was their mother, not because she wanted to be there. And that's a problem for me. This is our household at this point. It's supposed to be our household. But you don't even, I felt like she couldn't even grasp the concept. This is your household. You know? Like, it wasn't for lack of effort at the least. You know? So I have to leave her. You gotta go. Well, I gotta go. You know? Everything will make sense. But that just left a bad taste in my mouth. because she talked all the good shit. In the beginning, she tried to pretend, at the very least. Still made me feel, at times, make me feel like a strong, strapping man. Like my big man, you know? But it was, I felt at the end, it just like, this is just a means to get what you want. You don't want a man. You don't want me. You don't want a man like me. Right? At this point, you want a trophy husband. You know? That's when I realized bitches want trophy husbands. Right? She just wanted a trophy husband. To be able to say, I got a man at home, sounds good in theory. But to put in the work, it's like, no work. Bitch for the streets. It ain't for me. Sucks, man. It sucks. And that's why I'm like, dating again right now. I should prefer. Take it. I'm not with it. Like, some people just don't be ready. I miss the kids, though. I love the kids. And I'm like, I can't just be dating anyone like that. Not trying to build them bonds again, and it'd be for nothing. It's big L. So it sounds good. She made it sound good. I don't think she understood the actual work it was going to take. So, to get on one page. It's one thing to even, it's hard enough to even try to get on the same page as a couple, let alone a couple with kids, trying to build up the household. Like, it's fucking work. It's just fucking work. And right now, I'm all about my business. I'm about my fucking business. Everybody ain't like that. That's why I said again, it comes back to me doing my homework, being here for my family, taking care of the household here. So, fuck that shit up. I guess that wasn't too hard. Still feel like something's missing somewhere. Can't put my hand on it. Bathroom, let's decorate the bathroom. Like I'm cool. Then I don't know. It's the dating pool, like it's bitches that, excuse my language, ladies, I'm sorry. It's women that still chasing the club life. They ain't got the nerve to be mad at me for staying at home game. You still chasing the club life, baby. You been in the club how long? You ain't found you a man yet. Right? Like, maybe it ain't the club. Maybe it ain't the club. But something that still gotta be at the party every weekend. Shit like this. Shit like that, I should say. Like, you can't miss a party. That shit is unattractive. It just is. Unattractive. No. Then they turn around like, I want no man that's in the club all day. Ooh, out the bed. Like, that's the only niggas you meet because that's where the fuck you at all the time. Can't miss a party. Like you're a little too old to not be able to miss parties. Personally, I'm a little too old. Like, I can't miss the party. It don't matter, overhand, underhand. Are you putting toilet paper on the fucking roll when toilet paper needs to be put on the fucking roll? By the door. I don't know. But it's like, are you? You know, it's just certain things. Man, I'm so over it. Can not go to the party. Now, what you do for fun? Party? Cool. Like, what are your hobbies? I like to travel. What you do when you travel? Party. So you leave here. You get tired of partying here, so you go somewhere else to party. Okay. that sounds pretty cool. Right? They go different places to do the same shit. It's weird. No, it's like a person that go to theme parks all the time. I get it. Theme parks are fun. But it's the same damn thing. One roller coaster is like the other. They go up and down. Might go around. It's still the same fucking roller coaster. You know? But then again, I got my hobbies, so it's just certain things is special to me. Just a little special. Just a little special to me. Yeah, it don't make sense. Yeah, like I said, that last relationship, like I gotta show you about some action. Like a lot of problems I dealt with dating. I realized there's a lot of women that don't like to exercise. But they don't like to exercise. Oh, they don't need to go there. I'm done. They don't like to exercise. There's a lot of women that talk that. You know, I need to exercise a little bit and this and that. Oh, cool. You know, I'm an active person myself. I enjoy playing basketball and exercising and shit. You know, come on, come with me. Come to the park. We could go walk. We could go jog. We could go do something. Like, it's better to talk about wanting to exercise than exercising. Right, okay. Like it's better to talk about it than do it. That's like turn. Time 11:30 already. God damn. No, it's just it's a lot of turn-offs in dating. So many motherfuckers won't. I won't. Miss me. You miss me, baby. But yeah, wore the fuck out, man. That shit. Mentally, it's fucking just fucking Like this bitch. She got mad. Like, she got mad. I was still paying my mother rent. Before I moved in with her, I was giving my mother $1,000 a month. I'm like, I'm gonna try to make this shit work over here, Madre, and I ain't gonna leave you high and dry. So I could give you $5 a month, and then half of all the bills over there is like $8, and I could put $8 into that household. That leaves me with XYZ for my daughter. She got mad. Like, why you still giving your mama money? Like, ain't no guarantee this shit gonna work out. We trying. But ain't no guarantee right now. When I feel more secure and safe, then, she got mad at that. You gonna be mad. I'm gonna leave my mama high and dry at the moment, because I have been helping out at the house. Just to take away $1,000 a month from the household, that's a big blow. Fuck you talking about? And I'm telling this shit gonna work. Anger and jealousy. I'm like, you know what? We'll work on it. That's a lot of money to take away from the household. Just motherfuckers so selfish out here. It's not attractive. I want. Me. Give. To not want to give anything except a headache. $1,000 is a lot of money. I paid that because that's about what I pay for rent out here. For 1 bedroom. Well, I could probably possibly get a 2-bedroom in a bad neighborhood. Maybe a 3-bedroom in a bad neighborhood to be technical. So, again, I'm not on child support or nothing. But, you never know what happens. I need to make sure my rent money is secure. My mama like, you ain't got to give me that much. Yeah, I do. Because I need to make sure my rent money is secure. I got a history, and here's what I'm paying for rent here. In case I get a new girlfriend or, I don't know. I'm not going to blood. I don't want any, I'm not trying to wish bad vibes. Again, it's just expressing myself. But that bitch might change her mind tomorrow and be like, I'm going to put this nigga on child support. Now, giving my bills, like, here's what I make. Here's my rent. I gotta afford cost of living. Here. Because if it's for, best of the kid, is to make sure that the parents got to be stable. I need to make sure my kid got a place to stay in case. So here's my rent. I pay $1,000 a month just to make sure I got rent money secured in case. My bills totally right now is like $1,500 minus a car. I don't have a car. But I maintain stable. So it's little things like that, moral victories. But yeah, I'm like that bitch. Like we even financially we had it made, technically. Because I was getting paid for watching the kids too. Because I'm not her husband. The program, like, you know, they pay family and friends to watch the kids while she at work. So I was pulling in that little extra money. That was probably like an extra 5, 6 months. Even though it took a while to get it. Because the program took a while to give us that back. Eventually I ended up getting it. You know. The thing was we were going to use that money that we get to pay the bills in the house. Because it really should have been enough to just cover the bills, at least rent. To pay rent, and then we go half on utilities. We build ourselves up as far as getting getting our cars and shit like that. That ain't gonna work. But, baby, I don't care. I'm not a user. You know, I'm not gonna use you just to fulfill the means. I'm not gonna build a bond with these kids just for the money. You gotta be a woman. You gotta put in the work. So, it's like, fuck that shit. Money ain't worth it. Because, it's not about the money. Money come and go. As long as I'm working, I'm going to be able to take care of myself and the family. You know what I mean? I can make my own money. Money don't make the household. So, I ended up, like I said, leaving. It was tough. That built a bond with those kids. Sitting there hours, helping with homework, getting the motherfucker together. Like, he was having problems in school. I'm like, what the fuck is the problem in school? Why are you always in trouble? You in kindergarten. What the fuck can you get in trouble for? Not putting up your juice box? He like, kids keep testing me up there because, you know, he already in trouble. He got a reputation for being in trouble. He going to school tired, and he really just don't got time for that shit. So because he already in trouble, they be picking with him knowing he gonna get in trouble anyway. I'm like, here, this is what we gonna do. I want you to carry yourself like this. If you carry yourself like this and you don't get in trouble, okay, and you don't get in trouble, I'll buy you a yo-yo. What you want? I'll buy you whatever you want. He was like, I want a yo-yo. And when I say that boy put in that work, he sat there every night. We sat there and did homework. He stayed out of trouble. Shit like that. He put in that work. And I ordered this yo-yo, and it ain't never come. I was mad as hell. Then by the time, at this point, me and his mother ain't together. I know you probably like, that nigga's a liar. Fuck him. But I'll do whatever I can. Because again, it's environment. Nurture versus nature. That kid, he wasn't a bad kid. Problem child because he didn't have the proper environment, the proper nurture. When I say things changed, things got real when he told me, I want to be like you. I want to be like me. Like, yep. I want to walk like you. Talk like you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But for real. He started getting up in the morning because he had problems. It started off with him not being able to get up in the morning. Sleep schedule was all fucked up. Getting them on the proper sleep schedule, everybody in bed at the proper time, did wonders. Breakfast in the morning, wonders. Sitting there in time and effort did wonders. Because it got to the point where he after I wake him up, it used to be like, say, I probably get him out of bed, getting him ready for school, brushing his teeth, shit. He hop up out of bed, use the bathroom, brush his teeth, wash his face, brush his hair. He even got to brushing his hair. He come, look, got on my uniform, got his shirt tucked in and everything because I had to, teach him how to carry himself. Like, look, you tuck your shirt in. This is how you tuck your shirt in. This is what you're looking for to make sure it's not all jumbled up here. After you tuck in your shirt, you put on your belt. The hand test, you raise your hands up. Like, why so it should hang like this? Your shirt should hang like this so it fit, but it's loose. You don't have to wear your belt too tight. Brushing his hair, when I say the excitement and the life in this kid's eyes, I would have never thought, Prince, I thought you were going to be a rough one. Walking to school, you holding my hand and shit. It was adorable. It was, he made me want a son. Like, I would have been a great, boy father. Not that I'm not a great father, just if I had a son, it's been cool. So, it was neat. It was neat. Give me this. I need this. This goes, where you at? Here. This one goes here. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. But I'm just couldn't see. Princess, she was pretty cool. So me and Princess got to the point where it was like, first was the battle of I am who I am. She wasn't a bad kid, but she is a kid. Her big thing that kept getting her in trouble was drawing on the walls in the house. So, of course, after enough, you gotta clean these motherfucking walls. She started getting better at hiding, at hiding the walls she draw on. Yeah, because you gotta clean these motherfucking walls.
So she just started drawing. She got smart and she started drawing on the back of the door and the area in her room where the door opens to. She started drawing on that. So when you open the door, you can't see it. But again, me, super dad, super stepdad, whatever you want to call me, go in there cleaning, clean the rooms when I'm cleaning the house. Mom sleep all day because she work at night. By the time she get up, it's really to get the kid from school and cook, which she didn't do, and that was the thing that pissed me off too, because you got to meet me halfway, baby. She might order food. I think the time I was there, I remember her cooking like 3 times, but you're supposed to have lunch or dinner ready because you got to go out for the night. You got to leave your kids set up properly, leave your household set up properly to thrive while you're not there. And just the fact that she didn't necessarily try to set up her household properly to thrive. It's like, I got a problem with that. So, just things like that. Like I say, even Princess, tough cookie, because she like, look, I like to draw on the walls. I can't help it. It got to the point where I'm like, I find the drawings. Princess, especially when I go in the room, when I yell princess and I'm inside that room, she already know what it is. It's 2 things. I gotta call princess for drawing on the wall in the room. Princess, she when she knows she wrong, it go to the point where she go get the bucket, she go get the rag, and she put some water in that bitch. Yes. Like I said, she 4 at this point. She just knows. She like, fuck. Then go get a rag, get the cleaning stuff, and get the wiping down. Princess, he like to eat snacks at night, and he like to sneak snacks at night and then throw the bags under the bed. So that's his thing. If it's chips bags or something under the bed, it's him. If it's drawings on the wall, it's her. And that was their biggest thing, like as kids. That and bedtime. But I got bedtime mastered. Here's another thing that made me realize this bitch ain't shit. Red flag from jump. When we talking about getting the household together and shit like that, I'm like, the first thing when we talking about even living together, it was, okay, what are we gonna do about bath time? Because if you work nights and I need to be here, bath time is gonna be, I gotta take care of bath times, and you got a little girl. I don't know how I feel about that. 100, like, I don't know how I feel about that. And she like, oh, don't worry about it. What? She like, don't worry about that. Basically, she could take care of herself. She could bathe herself. I'm like, what? Did your dumb ass just tell me? It's a 4-year-old kid. Like, ain't right. She might get the concept, but to properly clean herself, you're asking a lot from a 4-year-old. I'm like, she like, she can trust me. I'm like, she's 4. I had a 4-year-old daughter. They can put water on their bodies. They can barely, fucking lather a rag. So, I end up giving them both baths. I let them hang in the tub, bubble baths and shit. But when it came time to cleaning them up, I had to step up. Like, the only thing I didn't do was touch their junks. If you're a boy, you got junks. If you're a girl, you got no-nos. But wash up their bodies and stuff for the most part. Like here, wash your butt and wash your no-nos. Every time I say wash your butt, they both, shut up. Wash your butt. That's your no-nos and that's your junk. Take care of your junk. Nobody touches your no-nos. But again, to make sure they're washed down properly here. So I'm like, what you mean? It's fucking 4. It's 5, about to turn 6. No, maybe 7, 8. Depending on maturity. But time spent with them kids was worth it. Like I said, he get up, get himself dressed, go brush his teeth. Like, he was actually a little happier. And he I'm not gonna say he was getting abused, but he was getting mistreated. Being the only male in the house. His mother already kind of got in a problem with men a bit, She's like, men ain't, men are secondary in her household. So he had it a little rough. Princess is princess, and he's kind of servant boy. So he didn't have that positive strong male influence he needed. Kids were awesome. For the most part, I said in the beginning, they're caring, they're loving. But they like, haha, fuck you think. Like, oh, you think it's that, huh? I whoop kids' ass. It was cool. There was a few punishments. It wasn't nothing super severe or major. One time, I almost had to beat up fucking young Prince. Had to get a little rough with him. It was delicate rough. It was manly rough. Put it like that. Where it looks rough, but it's not too rough. But it's rough. Yeah, Prince thought shit was sweet. It's a school night. And he actually breezed through his homework, because he was already on punishment for his behavior in school. So we trying to correct the behavior in school. Well, I'm trying to correct the behavior in school. His mother just gave the order. She like, he can't do shit until, and I don't like the fact that I believe when you come home outside of homework, you should be able to relax. Especially as a kid. So, mother's orders like, he can't do shit when he get home but homework. I'm like, oh, you done fucked up, young Prince. You heard the lady. So I made sure we focus on homework. You know, we sat there for hours. Homework, in between homework lessons, you know, here. To them help you relax and stimulate your mind, I'm gonna let you color. We gonna sit here and color. You know, Princess come sit there and color with us. Sometimes if she not being a distraction, she sit there and she do the work. You know, she sit there while you're doing homework, stuff like that. Uh, just manning up, bossing up. And one day great day. It was actually a really great day. And he all like, I'm like, okay, your reward for today. Today was great. Did great, kid. Homework. I mean, tonight you don't, you know, I'll let you go to sleep to a movie. That's what it was. I'll let you watch TV until you fall asleep for your effort, for everything you done did, because you not out here not trying. I'll let you watch TV until you fall asleep. But once you get in that bed, you can't get out of bed. You're like, okay, cool. Sounds good to me. I like this guy. You know, it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock now. I get done with my gaming session. Because, you know, that's about the time I get done with my gaming session. Go clean up the house. If I haven't cleaned up the tubs already, I clean up the tubs. Make sure there's no dishes. Mop. Like I said, she really didn't have to do much but meet me halfway. All that shit. And I go check on, you know, make sure you sleep there in bed, everything's cool. This nigga sitting on the edge of the bed with his fucking feet swinging. Just watching TV without a care in the fucking world. Like, the fuck? Oh, I got so mad, I'm gonna beat his ass up. Give him a good high. Come here, bring your ass here. Rough him up a little bit. You know, but I felt bad. Like, alright, fucking kid, get out of here. I love you, man. Like, you want to beat me up, don't you? Like, yup. I know. I'd want to beat me up too. Give me a hug, man. Gave me a hug. Like, I love you, kid. You know, he didn't say it back, but I know it was there. I love you, kid. Get up out of here. You know, and it was a whole different respect thing after that. You know, because he liked me before, but now he just respected me different. So, yeah, I know you want to beat me up, man. Because your ass just got in trouble and I just roughed you up. You ain't no punk bitch. I know you ain't no punk bitch. That's why I gotta rough you up a little bit. If you were a punk bitch, I wouldn't have to rough you up. Right. Gentle parenting for gentle kids. Sometimes you gotta be a little rough for rough kids. And I said that night it was good up until then. Got to the point where I gotta separate him and Princess at bedtime. So I had a routine. My kid's gentle though. Gentle parenting, gentle kids. Abuse is one thing. But, you know, I never abuse a kid. I never abuse anybody. but being tough and strong with them, it's different. I really gotta start getting ready at 12:30. No, love them kids, great kids though. Got into a good routine. Uh, by 8:30, well, 8 o'clock, Princess is in the tub. Everybody should have ate by 7:30, 7:45. By 7:45, 7:50, motherfuckers should be cleaning their plates. They should be cleaning their plates. Um, 8 o'clock, Princess, her bubble bath is ready. Hop your ass in the tub. Between 8 and 8:30, Prince should be coloring. He should be, about done with his work. Because we don't start homework till about 5:30. You know, come in at, we get in about 3:30. Because I leave work at 2. Got to rush to pick him up from school, even though his mother should pick him up from school. The school is only a fucking block away. We come in about 3:30. Go use the bathroom. Let's get some food in you. And it's homework time. I give you a little time. Enjoy your time with your mother. Play with your sister a little bit. It's homework time. Do homework from about 5:30 to 8:30. 8 o'clock. Between 8 and 8:30, when Princess is in the tub, letting you color, all that stuff. You could come down, you could relax. By 8:30, 8:45, Prince is in the tub, because I rinse out the tub, wash out the tub, put him in the tub, set his bath water. Princess, I had to put her in our room until she falls asleep. Because if you put them together, talking about bedtime at 9 o'clock, they're going to be up till 11:30. So, after Princess get out the shower, here's your last time. Do you want a snack? She ain't getting nothing to drink. Between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, when Prince is supposed to be in bed at 9, it's your last time. You want a color, you want a snack, something sweet. No juice, no water. Before you go to bed. If so, cool. If not, hit the bed. Between 9 and 9:30, I give a little leeway. Like Princess, you could go if by 8:30 she get out the tub, she want to go lay down. I put on some cartoons, lay down, watch some TV. Don't make me have to come in here. Prince, 9:30 in bed. 9, between 9 and 9:30, he should be in bed. Again, after he get out the tub, you want a snack, nothing to drink. We don't need no wet beds. Anything, If it's a good night, you can watch TV until you fall asleep. Or until it's time for me to bring Princess in there. Because they had bunk beds. So if Princess sleep on the top, he sleep on the bottom. Or sometimes they switch, it all depends. But that's the routine between 8 and 9. 8 and 9:30. That's the span. Everybody done eating, should be getting there. If you didn't eat earlier, if you ate lunch, you're not gonna be hungry till about this time. So, 7:30, dinner, motherfuckers. Belly full, you clean. Take y'all ass to bed. You know? And then it ended up really good. At least, to see the progress. It got to the point where the teacher started sending home notes. You know? Like, it's one of those, I see efforts. I see effort. I see life. Hey, life out there. Here's what I need you to focus on at home with young Prince. You know? Like life. So to actually make that change or to make an impact like that, it was great and heartbreaking at the same damn time. Like these kids ain't got that. You know? Like the sister that was watching them before I got in the household, she was doing her best. I know she was doing her best, but she got kids of her own. It's like, they were outnumbered there. So to take in somebody else's kids and try to get all of that done, it's not an easy task. So, grain of salt, I don't want to say that motherfuckers wasn't trying, just motherfuckers wasn't trying. They didn't have what they needed to try, I guess. But I'm like, I took care of them. Took care of them. I think I did great. Did my best, kids. If you don't believe that, too damn bad. Fuck all that bullshit. Again with the mother, the way she moves, like start at home. Yeah. Start with the moms. Just to see. Like I said, she moved like a woman or a person that didn't want to have kids. Because your household, not your priority. Like, hopefully, as a good guy, I could change perspective. Like, you got it all at home. Ain't no reason to not want to be at home. That's why I say come back to value sometimes and feeling like I have no value. Chicks like that, and then proposing to my best friend and like you're not good enough, and it's not like I don't put effort. So I'm like, maybe I ain't shit. So one day maybe, hopefully. out there. Like I said, I could have milked it. I'd been like, give me that money. Fuck helping you raise them kids. You know, they can be bad. If they want to be bad and be bad. And they want to fuck up in school, they can fuck up. Just milk the money until I had enough. Get the fuck out of Dodge. But that ain't me. That ain't me. I'm not trying to play house. I'm actually trying to build. But sometimes it don't matter if a person not ready. Great kids, though. It was alright. Yeah. Tried. So go back to the emotional and mental wear and tear a brother face. It ain't easy. So, ladies, y'all not the only one. Okay? Tired of trying. I feel like it's not like whatever you do ain't worth it. It ain't working. It ain't enough. Y'all not the only ones. Okay? Going through all that emotional cleansing and all of that, it's real for everybody. Like I said, I'm going through a second puberty. Uh, my voice changing. Trying to find my voice. You know, feeling like I matter, like I'm heard. It matters to me. I can't be somewhere where I don't feel like I'm heard anymore. You know, being respected as a man matters to me. Being treated with respect matters to me. My voice is so hard for me to find my voice because every time I voice myself, somebody telling me to shut the fuck up. Like, it's gonna be somebody somewhere. Like, this ain't even a safe place for me technically anymore to voice myself. Like, I'm talking to the world. How could it feel safe? Because the world don't know me. Or my motherfucking grandmother like calling me up and, you know, you need to stop talking all that foolishness up there. You know, it's not a safe space it's not a safe place for me to voice myself. Feeling like I don't have a voice is a problem for me. Because it's always foolishness when you're talking about how others make you feel. You know? So they're already trying to cut off my voice. They already cut off my voice for the most part. You know, it got to the point where I stopped talking to people because every time I talk to somebody, it's a fight. For my opinion, for my view. I'm not trying to convince you. Shit, if you're talking, I might even be swayed to change my opinion, or at least make me contemplate and think, more. But I'm not allowed to voice myself. It seems. Every time I say something, it's a fight. Afraid to be charismatic. Because then bitches gonna wanna fuck. Then I gotta fight somebody's boyfriend because I turned her on. So I can't even be me sometimes. Without repercussions. If I was a jerk, I understand. But I ain't a jerk. Don't need another bed. So, it's nuts out there, man. It's fucking nuts. Mentally and emotionally, fucking drained. I'm tired of crying over this motherfucking woman. I almost called her a bitch. That's how tired I am. Tired of the shit I am. But I'm not crying because she don't want to marry me. I'm crying because I feel like I don't have value. Like I don't know what love is. Right now I'm only valued in the workplace. Barely, I guess. I don't know. I made manager in less than a year. I told them they got me for 6 years. I'm trying to figure out how to be the best manager I could be within that 6 years. Like being appointed to the title is one thing, but being able to live up to the expectations I have of myself and that I want others to have of me is another. So, like I said, I feel like I'm only valued at work. At times I feel like a burden to my mother, even though sometimes it's like, she's like, oh, you're a godsend. I'm just trying to pay you back, mama, for all that you've done for me. Tell her the other day, like, don't get spoiled. Like, it's too late. And the way she said it, it's like, she didn't plan on becoming this reliant on me. I don't think she was ready for the tables to flip like that. Even though they're not flipped, But for it to be balanced like that, I don't think she was ready for it to happen like that. My daughter, I'm raising an Ariel. Was King Triton a bad dad? No. But when you got a teenager that's like, yeah, all this stuff is cool and all that, you're doing your best, but the adventures I seek isn't in the household. It's like, you know. So it's not. I don't blame her. She just at a stage where she like, I want to find my personality, my individualism. I'm like, yeah, just make sure you ain't trying to get felt up out there. That's my struggle with it. You're supposed to want to be a person. 12:27. Uh, you're supposed to want to be an individual out there. So I get it, kid. Don't grow up too fast. So it ain't easy, man. It ain't easy. Then again, like I said, that the emotional weight of, coming to like, even though I came to it a long time ago, like I'm a stay-at-home dad, not a stay-at-home dad, I'm a weekend dad. I'm a dad all the time, but in all essence, I ain't gonna be looked at nothing more, and I don't feel like nothing more than a weekend dad. I'll wake up and, breakfast and let's get you ready for school and all that shit. I don't get that. I don't get to see my kid every day. So when the weight of the world is weighing, that extra strength you get for seeing your kid, and you're like, everything I do it for you. I get to hang with you, and I don't get that. Because I'm only dad on the weekend. Go through this shit every day. I do this shit every day. Gotta almost fight customers and, motherfuckers come in stealing, not giving a fuck, and like I say, public transportation at night. That, like, ain't no telling if I'll live through the week. Just because the world is crazy. Not because I'm living crazy, but because the world is crazy. Do all that not to be able to see, the main reason I do it. It's like, try to call me at least 3-4 times a week. Got an alarm that go off every day at 9 o'clock, 8:30 technically, to call her. I give her a few days out the week to be like, the phone works both ways, motherfucker. Get used to picking it up. So I do my part. Just I don't have that though. You know, that security. So it ain't easy getting through the day some day at least. So don't take it for granted, ladies. Don't think it's easy for us out here. You know, got some lady friends. I think that's time. 12:32. That's like, you know, they be talking about shit. I'm like, look, you got your kids. You know, like, that's not the same. Like, you don't understand. You know, you get to see your kids every day. Pushed out your kids. I pushed out that kid out my ball. I don't get that every day. And then to go even further, by the time I can see my kid when I want or whatever, she's gonna be grown. She ain't gonna want to spend time with dad. You know? Get all the good times. I get what you do ain't good enough. And, you know, probably when she get older, daddy wasn't there. She can't say daddy wasn't there, but shit, fuck if I could tell you. You know? I'm not gonna get the credit mom get. I don't get the love mom get. Mom gets what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Unconditional. That's the word I'm looking for. Unconditional. Gets unconditional love. Dad don't get that. Put this in the kids' room. But mom gets unconditional love, so enjoy it. It's a difference, you know. I know they might stress you out, ladies, but you got that at home. Take it from a family guy that don't got the family. You're blessed. Eventually I get it though. They're the same size closet. Right, the same fucking dimensions. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. Outside of that, everything else is like, my main thing comes from chicks. Chicks, man. He was a good woman in my life. I don't have a good woman in my life. That I'm not related to. I don't know if it's gonna be a boy or girl in there. No, I'm a family guy without the family. But I still believe in dating for love, like a dumbass. Anyway, I gotta go. Gotta wash my ass. Gotta use the bathroom. Get out of here for work. Because this is a hobby that don't get me paid. That only little kids do. According to the chicks, man. I'm out of here. All right. Peace, love, happiness, and all that good stuff.